Hi, this is my quick review um, of this smartwatch, Fullmosa. This is my second fitness tracker. I own a Fitbit Charge 2, but it has a small black and white screen and it didn't look as stylish, so I stopped wearing it and I started looking for a more stylish watch. When I talk about this watch, I'll consider the price point. It's sold for $50.99 at this moment. There was a coupon before, like 10%, so it cost me around 40 something. So it's one of those watches that cost around $50. When I looked for watches, there were a lot of clones with square screens, and I wasn't sure how good they were. Some of them had the features that I don't want, like camera, like a speaker, and the bands were plastic. So I decided to get this one after I saw somewhere on Reddit, and well, I think I'm glad I did. I've been using it for a week now. I charged it once. The full charge lasted 4 days. Let me show you the faces. So it has 5 faces. So this one, it shows this digital clock. It shows the heart rate, the steps you've taken, and the calories you burned, as well as the battery status. The next, sorry, that's the weather. So if you hold down for a few seconds, you are able to change the face with analog, similar status with analog face, digital face with similar status, in a different representation. And the white face, if you like it, again, analog. So there are only 2 digital ones, and I like digital face, so I picked this one. And then if you switch through the screens, you'll see the status with steps, calories, and miles you walk. This is your heart rate. It measures all the time, so it puts a chart out there. Your blood pressure, so you just need to wait a little bit and it will measure your blood pressure. At 2180, that's around 5 points range, comparing to my blood pressure monitor. I have a dedicated regular blood pressure machine. It's pretty close, so for that it's kind of surprising that it's relatively accurate. I don't expect this to be really medically accurate, but it's pretty good. It measures your oxygen levels. Again, you need to initiate these. The step tracker is always on. The blood, not blood, the heart rate is always measured. But for the blood pressure and oxygen levels, you have to actually measure them. Another screen you have weather. It shows the current one, highs and lows, and then you can see the next 3 days as well right below. It's very useful. And if you want to have track specific activity, you can go here, pick a sport: skipping, swimming, ping pong, badminton, tennis. Since they're not step like you're walking, you're not tracked like you're walking, you need to select specific sport. So there's swimming here. Our pool is closed, we can't obviously test it, but I put it under tap water, running water, for a couple seconds to see if it's really waterproof, and it was. I don't see any fogging, I don't see any short circuit related issues. The water was covered on the screen and underneath here, and it still seemed to be fine. It syncs with the app. We use a GloryFit app. It asks you to download, and from here you can see your heart rate, recorded heart rate. You can see your sleep if you're wearing this watch while sleeping, so the deep sleep, light sleep, and at the same time you can see your heart rate and the blood pressure. So this is only the recorded. Blood pressure is not constantly being recorded, so you have to initiate. As you can see, I only have one at 1 p.m. And it shows the lows and high, and for some reason it doesn't show the blood oxygen here. I sent a feedback, I submitted a feedback form for the app and asked them if that's a possibility, because why not. The device information on the app, you can turn on and off different features like the hardware monitoring, sedentary reminder, so if you're sitting too much it reminds you, alarm clocks, and you can also change the units. So by default the watch came in metric units with Celsius for the weather, so you can change that. If you're using heart rate monitoring and other standard features, it doesn't take the it doesn't keep the Bluetooth busy, so you can still listen to your music with your Bluetooth earphone while it's still counting your step and syncing basic information. I believe it occupies the Bluetooth channel if you're using call reminder. And call reminder is basically when you get an incoming call, it shows on the screen and you can decline, which I don't like to use because I have my phone and I like to see who is calling, and I can't even turn on the call screening. That's an Android feature. So that's about it. And you can see the text message here. Let me show that one. If you get messages, let's say you turn on which apps to see on your watch, and which apps to see on your watch, these are just a notification. So whatever you would get on your phone as a notification for an app, you can see it on the watch. So it can be Instagram, it can be YouTube, WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, Skype, Hangouts. So it would show here, it buzzes, it shows it here, and then you see the message in here. But again, it's not the full message, it's cut off because it's the part that shows in your phone notification. It doesn't download the whole message, it shows whatever the notification on your phone would show. So in that case, it could be one sentence with ... or it just says image, and then it's like a preview, so that okay, someone sent me a message, and then you can skip through these. I like that feature. In slim watches like Charge, you have to actually wait as it scrolls through on your screen because it's a small screen. So I like that feature. It's very nice, sturdy looking. I like the build. It has that, here's the sensors. It feels really nice and sturdy, and like I said, I dropped this once and not a scratch, but it's also seemed to be water resistant, which is good. And as for charging, it's very easy. Here's the charging cable. One end is regular USB. You just put in your charger, whether it's phone charger or they have it everywhere now. And here's the other end, and you can't put it the wrong way. It's magnetic, so It's the correct way. Boom. That's simple. Very, very nice. You can't really miss it. So that happened to me with the Fitbit Charge 2. You have this mechanism, you kind of have to put it perfectly, and there have been times where I missed it and then it didn't charge, and then it charges in a couple hours, and that charge lasts, at least it lasted me for 4 days with the regular tracking and text messaging and whatnot. So it's overall it's good. Pretty much all the claims on Amazon website is true, accurate, and it looks stylish. They say this is leather. I don't know if that's the case. I prefer fake leather, but I mean it feels nice and it looks good. So overall, it's a good watch. I recommend it if you're looking for a good looking fitness tracker.